Welcome back, kids. Hello, boys and girls, to another of our Advent tales that relate you the history or the myth behind one of the mighty songs that we all love to celebrate. Today, I'll bring you a very special but quite unknown story, even to myself. Our story begins once upon a time, as all stories begins, and this time was in the 60s. It is born out of the friendship of two brothers and two sisters. They went to the same metal churches, they went to the same classes, in the same institutionalized learning facilities, and they all loved to listen to great music. And they also played music. And the music they were listening to was not the music that everybody else heard. And so they were not held in high regard by those that went to the same institutionalized learning facilities with them. And they were also not looking like everybody else. No. The two brothers and their two sisters, they had long hair. Oh my goodness. They were wearing black leather clothes. Even worse, they had tattoos. So these looks naturally turned them into outsiders, outcasts. And in school they were treated like misfits. They were met with mockery and hate. And one day, in a snowy December, it was Friday, the 13th. Many of their classmates were planning an ugly prank to be played on them. It all happened during the annual school attendance show. Our friends tried to honor some of their greatest musical influences by doing a playback performance. But that very moment, when they entered the stage, all the other kids booed. And when the first tone emerged from the stereo, a deluge of artificial blood was raining down on them. So basically it looked like the Wacken main stage in 1997 when Dimmu Borgir were finished. But, well, that's another story. Every child in the great hall was laughing at them, laughing terribly. They were wet, drenched in blood, humiliated, and so the four friends, in their despair, left the stage and left the building. They slowly sauntered back home, but on the way they saw an old homeless man sleeping rough in the streets. He had long white hair and a long white beard, and he wore a ragged Santa Claus costume. Or was it? He looked wasted and maybe slightly bit drunk, floored, bombed, shelled, well out of it, you guess. And he also looked like it was cold. Reason being, it was cold. Frosty, indeed. You could see the breath in front of your face. And the four dug into their pockets until they found some coins. There wasn't much, but they gave all they had to Santa Hobo. Well, and although he was sleeping, there was a smile on the face of the old man, and then he rose and said something strange. And it was as if he had been in the school some hour earlier. And these are the words that he spoke. "Dry your tears, mates. There is a lot more outside in this world than a few adolescent teens mocking you. You don't have to take that anymore. Your time will come." And in that moment, a great light shone down on Santa Hobo. And our friends couldn't believe their eyes, which was basically because they were totally blinded. And when they could see again, the light had faded. The old man had gone, disappeared, vanished into thin air. But his words, they lingered on. You don't have to take that. Your time will come. So our friends finally got home and they swore an oath that they were not going to take anything anymore. In remembrance of that night and of their nameless Santa friend, the four wrote this tune that everybody loves to take. And here are the words. It will come as a surprise. We are not going to take it. Oh no, we ain't gonna take it. Take that from me. And it became the battle cry of all lost souls and outcasts. And finally, no one laughed at them anymore. And this is how today's story ends. So, next Sunday, it is supposedly getting heroic. So I hope I'll see you again. Elf, get that book!